You'll have a little bit of issues, I think, in team fights if you pick up the DK, which is why I'm not crazy about it, and I think it's why Infamous are kind of hesitating for what they're banning out next. Mars is in the pool right now as well, and I know Saberlight does play that to pretty good effect. It's hard landing spears on high ping, but it will give them a lot of team fight, and I feel like it's decent against the Medusa.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's a good take for sure. Both teams running out of reserve time, though. I mean, 20 seconds about for each team to get rid of the Timber Saw, a Saberlight classic for sure. A hero that can definitely push the Medusa out of the lane. Ember Spirit, the final ban there for Undying. They,
Ooh, let's
that's
go.
that's actually something we don't see all that often. However, back in the NADPC, Elder Titan was actually a pretty niche but constant pick. It was mostly done by Quincy crew. They did like an Enchantress Elder Titan a lot. Hoodwink Elder Titan was something we saw out of Undying fairly frequently.
Immediately the counter pick right
Yeah.
away.
And then you just get clockworked. That's unfortunate. But I'm still
Yeah.
curious to see how they're going to run this Elder Titan. I mean, I imagine it's going to be the 5 position there for Dubu, but maybe they do something slick and run it for Saberlight. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's gonna make your game kind of miserable with the clockwork constantly running at you, so they might change up where these people go in as far as the laning phases. But yeah, we will see. When so when I was casting a lot of the Perfect World League in China, you weren't there for that one. You started doing it in the DPC. Yeah, Mars. I'm not surprised. Saberlight would go for that when they need a little bit more team fight. When I was casting a lot of Perfect World, uh, I know they picked up Elder Titan with the Drow Ranger constantly. It's not because the minus armor. Like it's not going to make a difference whether or not the Elder Titan's beside the target because the Drow Ranger's attacks will just completely go through the armor. But they did it because it's very good at disengaging and resetting a fight when people get on top of Drow. Elder Titan's very good at punishing people grouping up to try and attack the back line. And they also played it with Templar Assassin quite a bit because she gets a lot of the marksmanship. And when you need to choose a target, the Templar Assassin or the Drow Ranger that you commit on at the start of the team fight, the other one's going to take down like 2 targets by the time you actually manage to find the kill here. So I think Undying might be thinking about picking up a Drow Ranger here.
Okay. Well, okay, you got to ban Slark. I swear to God. If there's the Drow ban, you were right, Neff. If I don't see another Slark ban, I'm going to lose it, Neff. I'm going to lose it. For those of you who don't know, the other day we saw Slark pretty much in a perfect game against Medusa Tide, and it ran away with the game. It was absolutely uncontested. So I would expect Infamous to get the Slark ban here. I think that would make the most sense. If not, if Undying gets Slark, it's a pretty great Slark game. You have no real lockdown at all. Marana Arrow is not super easy. You can always get rid of that with the Dark Pact as well as Ravage, Clockwork. You have Hook Shot into Cogs and he just leaps out. So I don't know, Neff. I feel like you got to ban the Slark. You're setting yourself up for failure if you don't.
They ran out of time on Undying and didn't ban a hero.
Maybe they just don't want to ban a hero.
We're too good. We don't need to ban your hero. Pick whatever you want.
10 seconds.
Go.
All right, they banned the Razor.
You know what? Undying might as well let it tick out. That's the Chad move, right? If we did this intentionally.
No one DC'd, right? Moon didn't DC with Captain. No, he's still in there.
You're still in there.
10 seconds.
Who needs seven? Who needs 7 bans? We only need 5.
7 bans for awful players.
They're actually just gonna let time run out. Okay, they banned Storm.
Alright, they go to the Storm.
Someone needs to put Moon back on the computer. I don't know. Maybe walked away for a little bit.
Feed his cats.
10 seconds.
All right.
Remain.
Last picks coming out from both these teams.
5 seconds remain.
You could either take a mid or a safe laner here. You probably want to grab a mid. Ember Spirit banned out. I mean, grab Void Spirit. Go for it. Take Tunka. All right.
I mean, Neff, this if I'm Slark here.
Yeah, Slark has a very good time. Slark has a very good time. I think Tomato does like playing it.
There's just, I mean, they have 10 seconds to decide.
10 seconds.
I don't know. I don't know what other hero you pick here that is better.
Just random hit.
Just
We already let
random,
the
send it.
time tick down once. All right, that's also a very good hero this game.
It's a very
gonna be
fuzzy
difficult.
Slark.
Yeah, it's difficult getting on top of the Medusa, but Clockwork can't fight into the Ursa. Yeah, Tidehunter's gonna struggle against it in the lane. Kunkka absolutely hates fighting into anything that just can like outclick him.
Why does Dubu have his back to us?
He doesn't care.
He just he's like, yeah, whatever. Look at the
Yeah,
you can
the
tell
alpha
though.
male
This man
move.
does squats though. You can definitely tell.
Yeah, look at that leg muscle.
That's
Dubu
definitely
Chad.
what I was looking at.
Vicky,
Anyway.
this is a family broadcast.
Anyway.
Contain yourself.
Oh no, it's fine.
Man's been watching a lot of Dubu stream recently. Does Dubu follow the Twitch meta game?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's see, I imagine you're hoping he does. Anyhow, game number 2, Infamous. I don't care much for their draft. I think they've got decent tools of dealing with the Templar Assassin, but Ursa's there is a great insurance policy. Tomato, I imagine, is going to pop off in this hero. They have no real solution for him. I mean, maybe Medusa will just end up out carrying them in the super late game, but I'm putting my bets here on Undying, and I'm hitting up that copium because we just spent like a couple days of close qualifiers and open qualifiers getting absolutely handled by these South American teams here in NA.
Yes, we did, neph. It was
Thanks, guys.
it was a rough time for NA fans out there, but honestly, it's a good thing I'm also a fan of South America.
Yeah. You know, when you're good, I suppose, and SA has been absolutely gaming on us. We get to see some good SA Dota this tournament as well. Beast Coast that making it through, or who got a direct invite, as they should, being a TI team.
Yeah, TI team, absolutely incredible roster. Really excited to watch them. They're actually our second series today, if I'm not mistaken. Third series. Beast Coast versus Hokori is third. We have Zoomers versus No Ping next, which is going to be another really sick series. Give new patch, Saberlight. Okay.
30 seconds to battle.
You need to be like a shark.
Neph, you know, they did say that the new patch would be coming after the battle pass ends for Nemesis, which I believe is in, what, just over a week away. You know what also...
Yeah, but they didn't say when after.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know what is also after Nemesis? TI. You know what that means? We're not getting a patch until the end of TI.
If we don't get a patch till after TI, I am going to lose it.
Nah, what can you do
The
now?
worst part is like the 7.30. I imagine it's going to be a very big patch, and there's not tons of time before the international for everybody to figure everything out.
We're not getting 7.3 before
patch.
TI. Absolutely not. We're getting like 7.29E, and then, you know, maybe a little bit of an F, and then potentially a G. You know, just some balanced patches, no major changes.
Impressive alphabet knowledge.
I
forgot what letter came after D real quick.
I definitely guessed for a moment. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's E, but I'm not. I wouldn't put money on this.
You don't need to admit this. We're on the air.
Bral going the Meld Strike build here in the mid lane just to try and put some pressure on this Kunkka. But he still managed to pick up 3 of the 4 last hits, so he's pretty happy about that. And the denies start coming through. Level advantage picked up. It's going to be a rough start here for Alone. Or for Brile.
Yep. Alone's doing pretty well for himself so far. He seems to like these strength heroes in the mid lane now.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
But this will eventually go the way of Templar Assassin once you have a couple points into Refraction and Side Blades. Ooh, very clean here. He's doing a pretty good job on this Kunkka. Yeah, so now he's got his first point to Side Blade, so he can actually harass Alone back a little bit. I think he'll be forced to buy a salve on Brile. He might be forced to sit like back outside the lane for a little bit. If he gets like landed by another Torn, he's just gonna go down.
He's got his bottle coming, so I think for him, his main goal is to just kind of pull the easy camp at the 2-minute mark, and then just go straight to the bottle rune or to the rune. No, he's not going to do it, actually. He's just going to sit in lane with Refraction now. Bryle's too good. Why do I question anything that this man does?
Yeah, now this lane's going to start to even out a little bit. I mean, you do have a bit of a CS advantage at this point, but he was struggling with the first wave. Alone seems to like just pop off the first couple of creep waves, though. We saw him do that to Annihilate the other day.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that. Yeah, he crushed Annihilate in the first like 4 waves. Granted, it was like a favorable matchup for Annihilate as the lane went on, so he stabilized. But yeah, it was a rough one.
Yeah. All chatting him as well. Take a look at some of these other lanes that have just washing mid here. Tomato was almost diving some of these infamous heroes underneath the tower. He's going Fury swipes into overpower. No points of Earth Shock just yet. So I think just looking to punish Sacred every time he goes and try and anchor smash a couple of creeps.
He'll probably pick up Earthshock at 4, right? Having the second point in Fury Swipes is definitely useful right now. But once you have the level of Earthshock, you can actually put a little bit more pressure on the Tidehunter. That's why I'm a little bit confused. If this is just a Slark, I don't know how this Tidehunter actually contests the wave at all.
Ursa does just as good for zoning him out. You don't have the same catch against the Tidehunter, but again, able to push him back out of the wave, I think just as easy.
Saberlight on the Mars Moon Hoodwink top, going up against Lumiere's Medusa. And A's going to be playing the Clockwork.
He's, I mean, thankfully you don't have the Elder Titan down here. You put in the Clockwork in the position 5 instead of the 4, and so it allows Dubu to actually have a game for a little while. And you have to be a little bit careful here against the Mars. When you throw out the cogs, it gives him an opportunity to line up a spear and stun you. And Moonbeam is just being able to click you down. Speaking of Moon, rotating here for the water runes, and potentially a kill on Alone if he well, never mind. This guy's got 1,000 health. He's gonna be just fine. Both the supports rotated.
Yeah,
it's
Dubu
very rare
bottom.
to see that.
The thing is, you can leave Ursa solo against the Tidehunter. That's not a big deal, but Dubu, he's going to pay for this one, I think. Yeah, X pull back. They don't even need the arrow. They're just going to give this kill on over. Oh, Michael snags it. First blood going the way of the Mirana instead.
Questionable. You managed to pull ahead a little bit on the Templar Assassin because of that as well, sitting at 2.1k net worth to the 1.8 on Kunkka. You're no longer winning. I think you needed to give that first blood up to Alone so he continue to snowball.
I'm with you. Tomato bottom lane actually taking a lot of damage here, and he knows he can't walk away, so he's just going to eat an arrow. A stomp, however, might give him the space he needs, so well played by Dubu here to body block this instant salve cancel. Oh, no. Big misplay there from, I think it was Tomato's salves. He did not see that last auto attack coming through from the Mirana. It healed 0 health. The first tick was interrupted.
What can you do? He'll heal back up with the Ring of Health, though.
There was a kill.
It's not like he doesn't.
Was there? Yeah, kill top lane onto the Clockwork here. So, I mean, Hoodwink Mars is a great combo. Makes sense that they would be able to find a kill. Clockwork probably just playing a little bit too aggressive, but overall, Medusa's having a great game.
Trying to play aggressive again. As soon as his battery assault runs out, they can just turn around the Clockwork. Suddenly, he's not a threat to them anymore.
Yeah,
he's almost level 5 on the Mars too.
He's given a lot of solo experience on over to this Medusa. She's level 5.5.
Amanda very disciplined, stacking up these camps for the Templar Assassin.
He's gonna have to find the ancient camp ward here. So this has been here for a couple minutes now. Top lane Alone, just getting some pressure applied to him by Bryle. Bottom lane Dubu snipes an arcane rune. All right.
Bryle's going to be just fine here. They're not going to be able to line this one up.
He's got refraction on, so there's no way to like go for a full boat play here.
Yep. Cell manages to grab the bounty rune up here. Bryle's not going to be happy about it when he realizes, but I think, yeah, Mumienda realizes what this guy's up to, and is probably going to, like you said, have to find that D ward.
So I know his name is Excel. Do you know if he still goes by that, or is he just like...
I should probably just start calling him A.
I just call him Clockwork, because I don't know what if like A is short for Excel or not, but... Arrow will catch a big Centaur, so he's pretty happy about that. But Brile will pick up pretty much all of these creeps here on the backside. Moon just trying to zone out Michael. Bushwhack off the money there, but again, Brile gets what he wants, which is going to... They actually missed the sentry on the ancient camp there, just barely. Again, one of the reasons you place this sentry on the far side. So that is so much economy that has been denied because of that.
Having to buy another one really sucks. I mean, that's half the point of picking up this Templar Assassin, to be able to clear these ancient stacks early on in the game. If they're going to be able to do that, they're going to kill A here, though.
I mean, he gets the D ward and he sentryed up their camp, so at the end of the day, like, he's getting the damage done.
Yeah.
You don't mind that death. Like, you're slowing things down, forcing heroes in to deal with you. And net worth wise, it's a little bit of a lead on the Templar Assassin, but you know, you picked this Ursa to counter out Sacred, and he's basically top net worth. We'll go and drop the arena bottom lane on Saberlight here. He does have a Ravage. If he wants to use it, will end up dropping it. Arrow's not going to connect, but Sacred's out. He's fine.
Nothing they're able to do about him, it seems. He's just going to walk away. You're working on phase boots this game as well. A lot of time you see mana boots picked up on the Tide Hunter. He doesn't have a ton of mana to work with. He grabs a soul ring instead. But against the Ursa, you want to be able to stand your ground for a little bit, so you need that extra armor. So I imagine he's going to try to grab some sort of armor neutral item as well. And then he can actually sit in front of the Ursa. He can pop these Ravages, not worry about just getting burst 100-0 in one overpower.
Well, he just got a chip vest. I'm sure he's going to be happy about that one.
I mean, yeah, it'll probably be. They're passing it over to him, yeah. And he's got his phase boots coming out now, finally. So, as long as you can survive, like, I don't know, 1 or 2 overpowers, it actually takes like 12 attacks for the Ursa to kill you. It's not so bad. So the combination of the Kraken Shell and a little bit of armor is going to let the Tide Hunter play in front without just getting owned.
Ooh. Moon and Excel both checking the ward spot there. He wants so bad to go up there, but he knows he's there. They have a deep ward on the backside here. Scouting this out, and I think it will eventually... Oh my goodness, Tomato just died bottom. Okay. That's X-Bowed into Arrow. That'll do it.
No, 1k net worth advantage now for Infamous, and they're not making up this lead because they're not getting the D wards off on these camps. They finally cleared out the other one on the Ancients, but the hard camp is now warded. I mean, these are the efforts of Excel. Like, he ends up dying for this, yes, but you lose a lot more gold than you ended up getting for the kill there.
They've been able to contest the Ancients the whole game here on Infamous. Meanwhile, they have been stacking relentlessly themselves, and this Medusa is about to clean up a huge stack. She's got the Dragonlance, she's got a Faded Brooch, she's big chillin'. And they have no intentions of invading, it seems.
Yeah. You can be able to throw out these Mystic Snakes non-stop onto the Ancient Creeps as well. You get so much mana back every time it returns to you.
Yep.
Back up to full every single time. Top lane, they looks like they're going to take this tier 1 tower. There's not a whole lot they're going to be able to do. They're looking to deal with this Medusa sooner rather than later. They've got Diffusal Blade queued up on the Ursa. You saw his Ring of Health this start, and you're like, okay, well, maybe we'll get an early battle here and try to fight the enemies, but not what they seem to want to do here.
Yeah, they're just going to arrow up that catapult, save this tier 1 tower in the top lane. They can't deny it whenever they'd like, and they are looking for kills here as Saberlight has the arena available. They will finally take it down. Well played there by Tomato, but again, the Medusa's farmed that whole Ancient stack. Normally, if you're TA here, you're like way far ahead of pretty much any other core in this game, but somehow the safe lane Medusa has 500 gold on you.
Yeah, it all comes down to the stacks and some of the work that this Clockwork did. Moon not be able to deward the camps right away. The Fortify that they got from the top tower going down saved the mid one as well. So that one's sitting at 100 HP, and they're now 2k net with advantage here on Infamous. If they can start to get map control and put the pressure on with this Diffusal Blade on Ursa, they'll be all right. All right, they're about to lose Tide Hunter. Down he goes. Doesn't even bother popping the Ravage. He knows that no help's coming for him. So, anyways, yeah, I think they'll probably start to play a little bit faster because they haven't been able to find farm on the Templar.
And that's one of the things that's like good for the Mars matchup into the Undying is he's definitely just stuck there the whole time. He can't get out of the arena, or not into the Undying, into the Tidehunter. Like Mars can just keep the Tidehunter stuck inside that arena, so he can't really escape. Kraken Shell won't really help him with that. And the same goes for the Medusa, right? We talked about that yesterday. Medusa, not a hero that typically builds BKB until very late, so the arena has a lot of value this game.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I really do like the Mars pickup here. They needed somebody who could be a bit more active from the off lane as well. I don't think enough damage comes out from the DK. It doesn't really pair well with you having a Templar Assassin in the mid. But Mars does pretty well. It is great against the Medusa in the late game. Whether you keep the Medusa inside or outside the wall and play on the other side, like you're stopping the entirety of her split shot, and you can waste a lot of her stone gaze as well.
Yeah.
With a good arena.
They actually smoke up on both teams. Michael, able to dodge the spear out. Saberlight doesn't connect with the blink. They do have an arena in a couple seconds, but Alone cuts the tree, dodging the bushwhack. There's so much damage coming through from these heroes, though the question is, can they actually find the kill? Arena comes through, does trap Alone at the end of the day, so they do manage to find that Kunkka. A big pick off for sure, but they did commit a lot for this.
Yeah. Had to drop a lot more than they wanted to there. Just the arena being on cooldown, being slightly off the mark with that blink. They've got another blink spear available, but...
Ooh, hookshot comes in. He ends up trapping Moon as well as Saberlight. A nice bushwhack coming through, and Brawl dealing a ton of damage. Able to find that pick off there.
Beautiful disengage.
Stone Gaze drop, but as you said, Dubu on this Elder Titan doing so much work here. They close the gap. In comes the Ravage. He's able to dodge on Saberlight, and Tomato gets that Enrage off. Medusa out of mana and out of help as they find that kill.
The most hilarious part about all that is the reason why the initiation went so well is because Saberlight missed his spear. He hit the Medusa with it and threw it back into a tree and so far away from the rest of the team that she wasn't able to get that Stone Gaze off with the original initiation. Because the Clockwork moved out of the way, and I think Saberlight's at such high ping that he wasn't able to get it originally. So the only reason the teamwork worked out so well for Undying that is because the fear was off the mark and ended up connecting with the Medusa instead of the Clockwork that it was meant to be targeted on.
That's perfect. One of the things I was going to mention before that fight even broke out is just the amount of Roshan threat that Undying has, right? You have Ursa and Templar Assassin, a very quick Rosh attempt here. So a couple heroes go down and they go right into Rosh. Grab that one. Deso completed on the TA now as well. And suddenly the gold tipping back in favor of Undying just slightly, but the game's still very even, 7-3.
Yeah. We're looking at like 61 win probability, so odds do favor Undying right now, but Infamous not out of it yet.
Saberlight looking to find a jump here on the Mars potentially as they move into the triangle. Tons of traps here providing vision. Michael has to pop that first leap. Alone there to back him up just in case though.
Yes, X marks the spot.
Alright, so he doesn't want to dive too deep. It's hard to get on top of targets right now without this Blink Dagger. He's got it queued up next, but you definitely want to be able to chase people alongside this Templar Assassin who doesn't have a Blink Dagger of her own, but possible Bryle is just going to go for something like the Aghanim Scepter this game. Saberlight's looking to go in. He's got Arena off cooldown.
Yeah, well, he just sets up a quick spear there onto the Clockwork, and with Bryle's Melt Strike, easy pick off for him. This is where the TA is strongest, right? Like, you have to respect her damage right now. And Rage actually forced on Tomato in the mid lane. He's gonna get X, caught a boat as well, and without an Aegis or Enrage, boat mistimed there by the Kunkka, actually.
Yeah. It's you wait 2 seconds before casting Torrent. You wait 1 second before casting
Spear
Torrent.
Arena comes out. They find Kunkka, the Earth Splitter, and Sharpshooters there. Ravage, however, from Sacred might be able to keep him alive. Tomato wants to go for the kill, but decides otherwise. They snipe him on the backside with Bryle, and now on the run as he's trapped inside the cogs. Lumiere here with this Stone Gaze, trying to chase them down. Tomato's got to be careful, though. He doesn't have much less. Great hook shot. They will take down the Clockwork, but maybe Undying. They're going to turn this back their way. Yules comes through. Not perfectly timed there as ends up giving him a little bit of space. Ends up being a bloodbath here as heroes fall one by one. Bryle able to snipe Michael on the backside. I think with the trap, actually.
No, it was one last auto attack chasing him as he leaped away.
Oh, okay.
But this is the strength of the Elder Titan in this matchup. As soon as you commit onto the Templar Assassin or like any of these heroes, they're able to reset the fight. And when you can reposition on the TA, like you essentially take down one person with a meld strike and like another auto attack by the time they wake up from the stomp. And you have to commit onto the TA so hard with so many heroes that like the punish from the Elder Titan is so good. Like this is what was so popular a couple of months ago in China, and I think that Undying is trying to mimic that strategy.
Wait. What?
Your guess is as good as mine. He just ended up getting boat torrented and killed. He wasn't at full HP on the Ursa.
And he just perfectly timed as he never got the enrage off.
Yeah.
Okay. XD says tomato.
To their top tower.
Sometimes you're just owned. What can you do?
That's a bizarre one, yeah. You don't usually see an Ursa just die solo like that. I would have loved to have seen the death summary, but you know, that's still bugged, which is super cool.
I saw the death summary. It's not bugged on my end. You must not have a Dota Plus Gold subscription.
I have the Dota Plus Platinum subscription, actually.
Oh no, the Platinum, it removes a couple of features, but you get a couple more. You need Diamond if you want all the features unlocked.
My bad. Of course, absolute noob for me.
Yeah. So Diamond is actually only $29.99 a week, I think.
I gotta give me some of that. That sounds like a bargain.
Yeah. Plus you get extra 50 Dota Plus shards every time you queue.
Wow. Love me some Dota Plus shards, dude. Do they have a gem? Where's their oh, they just had a sentry on the backside there. Moon catches a hook shot, tanking the gank for his team there. Shouldn't have any chance of surviving.
He goes down, the fluffy hat not saving him, out of position, but trying to get some vision on the enemy side of the map. They have a bunch of towers, so they're trying to play as aggressive as possible with this map advantage that they have going on right now. Net worth is relatively even, but you don't want to take this late game against the Medusa, right? She already has the butterfly completed. I talked about that at the start. A lot of the time, the Templar Assassin doesn't like going the MKB. Ursa is not crazy about it either. It's going to increase your EHP a lot when against a Diffusal Blade. So definitely itemized correctly here on Lumiere. Not a ton of HP, but you know you're a lot tankier when a good chunk of the attacks are missing.
That and the fact that you know you're going against Diffusal Ursa, so dodging those attacks are even more effective there. But yeah, the Medusa with that butterfly will be doing a ton more damage in these fights, queuing up the Eye of Scotty after that. I'm curious if she's going to finish the SNY or just go the Scotty, so we'll see. Mid lane, huge sleep into an Earth Splitter, catches 3 and Saberlight with the arena holding them in place. Boat does come through, but Braille pops that brand new BKB. They take down 2 here on the side of Undying, looking for more as well, but he will be able to blink out on Sacred, so no more chase coming through. Damage is done, though. That's a fantastic set of kills.
Yeah, very clean initiation. Dubu setting that up again. There's been some super sick stomps this game. And it's surprising given the fact that like this Clockwork's like only job at this point is to stay on top of Dubu and make sure he doesn't get these sleeps off, I feel.
Blink Ravage right into the arrow. They find the Ursa. What a play there from Infamous. Not expecting it here on the side of Undying. Prowl just going for the TP out, but a Yule's there to hold him in place. Almost gets that stomp off to keep this TA alive, but now continuing the chase. Held down, the dust comes out. Bryle might get a return heal. He does, but it's not going to be enough to save that Templar, and now Lumiere on the backside just continuing to just dish out so much damage. Gush after gush here from Sacred as well. The blink forward, they're going to be able to get another Yules as well, setting up potentially another final killer on a Moon. You can't outrun the side of Infamous. These guys are relentless.
That was a little bit too greedy there for sure. I mean, Ursa ended up getting caught out, and at that point they tried to disengage, but it was too late. I think you need a little bit more strategies into something like that on the Ursa. He's going for his BKB now, so he won't just get like stunned up and killed. But TA's BKB was all in cooldown for like 5 seconds when he got cogged at the end there. If you have your BKB up on the TA, you can turn that around and find a bunch of kills. But now, Infamous up 1k net worth. Even Dubu's like super sick Echo Stomps weren't enough to reset that fight. So it's not like they made any mistakes as far as coordination or execution in the fights there. They just shouldn't have been there. It was a bad call to continue to push forward into that tier 2. They got the tower, but it was too greedy.
Infamous also just made some really good jukes to dodge out those stomps was the thing, right? Like, Dubu definitely did what he could to try and zone them out, but they always managed to sidestep them on the Mirana Tide and Medusa. And with the chase that they have, the Yules, this Bullwhip, the Gushes, the Blinks, like they had so many ways to stay on top of these Undying heroes. And like you said, without BKBs, there's no way to escape. Really well played there from Infamous. Now it's getting the gold lead for themselves, and Yule's arrow gonna be tanked by Dubu, but he's just gonna die for that.
Yeah.
Hook shot out, does catch the Hoodwink as well. She tries a sharpshooter play, but well predicted there from the... What? Okay, that was almost spicy. He intentionally cogs himself to go over the cliff, so that would have been a really nice play by Moon if he gets away, but Alone was there and ready.
Almost. That was so sick, man. You should have gotten away with that. They play further back right now. They know they've given up too much of an advantage chain feeding a couple of these kills, so they just completely vacate the area. It'd suck just kind of sitting in these trees here on Saberlight, but given when they're playing right now, this is the safest play. They're going to go for a couple more items. Bryle is going to work on this Aghanim Scepter so we can split up the map, and they can't take these 5v5 fights. And Tomato needs to finish up this BKB before they want to fight into them again. So lost their net worth advantage here, but they're playing as smart as possible.
Yeah. I'm going to say, no matter what, at the end of the day, I just don't like the Ursa pick. I feel like if this was a hero that just did better in lane, they would be feeling very strong right now. The Ursa, like, on paper, is... People are like, oh, you know, it's pretty good because the Tide. I just don't think it's actually good against Tide in lane at all.
Yeah, it's... I think it's okay against the Tide. Like, it'll do working against Medusa once it's got like an MKB. You can stand your ground with the overpower once you have Sharp. You need a lot of items in order to do so.
Yeah.
The late game is going to get kind of tricky. Very nice arrow. They're not letting Moomiander do anything.
No. And this is where the lineup of Infamous becomes so scary. I mean, anytime you're alone in a lane, you're just gonna get X into arrow as long as they're playing together and constantly punishing these heroes. So the game from Undying is now very difficult. They're scouting out Saberlight. They've got a flare there, but Alone? He actually was on the right spot with the Torrent, but just too late.
Yeah. Bryle is in a little bit of trouble here, but
pops out these and runs. He has an Ags queued up, which is very good for the mobility on this hero, being able to split push. And I think that's, you know, kind of what you have to do at this point. You can't really fight into Infamous.
Yeah, they realize they can't take these 5v5s anymore, so instead they want to be able to shove in the maps, take these towers quickly with the Desos, and allow Ursa to have a little bit more farm. Speaking of the Ursa, he managed to finish up his BKB. I don't think you want to smoke up and fight into them. You need to take a very good fight in order to get this. I think Medusa will take too long to blow up with that butterfly, and she almost has a fire. I have Scotty as well. This could be dangerous. Yeah, in fact, they know that it's not safe.
The thing is, like, the last fight, we saw what happens if Tidehunter just gets a Blink Ravage right on top of the Ursa. The BKB is not going to matter. You know, he doesn't. There's no way to respond in time to that. Like, no matter how good you are. So if Tomato manages to get caught, this Ursa is going to just die. Sentry's actually just missing out the Observer Ward here from Infamous, so they have full vision on where they are. And Moonlight Shadow is going to come out. They just want to pressure right up onto the high ground. They don't care. Saberlight caught. There's the Blink Ravage. The Mars is going to eat the arrow this time. It even finds a Hoodwink. Force Staff for the moment trying to get him out, but maybe he can pop a BKB here to TP out. But no chance. This Medusa is way too strong. Well, is it in time? He will make it.
Oh my god, Bryle is owned.
Yeah, Bryle is...
Oh my god, get out of there, Bryle. You didn't need to just TP and leave.
He is feeling some pain here as he gets pulled back into the arrow. Stone Gaze. Bryle goes down. Dude.
Oh my.
They are getting picked apart.
So All right, Brian made the conscious decision not to join that team fight. Instead, started cutting the wave over here. And then at a certain point, he realized, okay, the clockwork is extended super far forward. I'm going to wrap around and try to go on him in the Kunkka. The moment he walks in, you got your 5-second disable from the Heaven's Halberd. Then the Ghost Scepter came out afterwards from Clockwork. They completely played him. He knew what he was doing in that fight. He's like, yeah, I can't fight them. I can get a pick off, then leave.
They're going to get another pick off here on the Saberlight. No BKBs. You had to commit it to TP out last time. This is,
They're playing against them so well at the moment. And Undying tried to take a little bit more than they should have there instead of just getting out.
This is all Infamous, baby. Like, there is nothing that they can do here on the side of Undying at the moment. They do not have the damage. The Ursa, like, having BKB going for Ags, like, he is not going to be doing damage at all this game. He is basically trying to absorb spells for the TA. And the TA is, unfortunately, having a rough time.
I mean, he wasn't before he went down that second time right there. He could have like continued to play the map. You gave up so much net worth for that one death that you just had. This is rough now. This is very rough now. You now have your Aghanim Scepter done, but your death there allowed them to take Roshan and push like all these waves in.
They're gonna find Clockwork and they're gonna drop Earth Splitter as well just to get this kill. They have been struggling so much. Blinks out alone, trying to get vision on one of these heroes. Well played from Tomato. Up, no, he can't leap over that. Oh no, Tomato forced a BKB, but he's staring at a stone gaze, baby. You're all alone. Tomato. Oh boy, this is a rough one.
Yeah, you gotta cut the tree before you hop up the hill, and he cut it afterwards. I think yeah. Otherwise, you get phased into your last point once your movement becomes what? Once you have regular pathable movement again, you just get pushed to the nearest spot where you are. If the tree's not cut, it won't push you up over the cliff. Unfortunately, that time, Bryle now has Aghanim Scepter. He's able to move around the map incredibly quickly. He pushes this top tier 2 while they push the bottom lane, and he's going to be able to take the tower faster than they're going to be able to do on Infamous.
They'll probably put like 3 or 4 traps on the top side of the map here, I would imagine.
Yep, that's what he's doing. Like, they're sitting inside the trees and whatnot. They do have Fortify available. They could save a little bit of time. Yeah, but they're going to trade 1 for 1 here.
Saberlight's actually cutting bot wave as well, as he was hiding in the trees from earlier. They still have 2 creeps alive, so they will be able to continue the push. But like you said, Bryle getting the same objective in the top lane is at least somewhat of a decent trade here for Undying. But at some point, you're going to have to come back to respond. The high ground is going to be under siege, and there is a big boy Tidehunter there.
They cleared out the creeps, but they took a little bit too long. Backdoor protection will come up maybe quarter HP.
No, not even. Slow. It's going to get both melee and range.
Unfortunate. I guess they need to kill that on the other Titan before it ended up reaching the base.
Hook shot on over, finds Ursa into an arrow, not going to connect. Tomato on the run, does have BKB, but doesn't want to commit it as there's a haster that's going to get sniped from Michael. And now he's forced to do whatever he can, which is not much here, neph. It's not much. This Tomato is just getting kited out completely. Sacred does not take any damage from the zero. There's going to be the first halberd coming out. Sharpshooter as well. Bryle now getting ran down by Lumiere. Going to be able to jump away, though, thanks to that Aghanim Scepter. Where is Tomato? He is still chasing Michael. Finally gets the kill as Moon grabs that bushwhack from downtown. Nice play from him, but BKB gonna be forced thanks to the X there from Alone. It is just everything going the way of Infamous, it seems. Top lane, Bryle catches a hook shot. He's gonna have to BKB. No, the Ravage just in time with Lumiere TPing it as well. Doesn't have Stone Gaze, but Bryle, again, able to get out very quickly thanks to that Aghanim Scepter. He will make it back, and he still has traps in the top lane to come right back.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate they ended up losing that bottom racks. That was a bit of a misplay there by Undying, but they're now playing the map pretty well. They're realizing what they have to do in these fights. It's just split them up. They can't take these 5v5s anymore. Infamous did waste that Ravage, but they're playing pretty amazing. They've itemized perfectly against this Templar Assassin. They've got Heaven's Halberds. They've got Assault Cross on this Kunkka. Looks like they're about to.
Is he in trouble or is Alone in trouble? It's hard to tell.
Alone's in trouble, but he's got cheese.
He's got a Medusa there now. He's gonna go ahead and just X up Mars. He knows he doesn't have a blink, so kind of continue the chase here, just try and slow them down as much as possible. Michael, the leaps coming through, just trying to close the gap. Go for a Yule's play here. Arrow now gonna follow up to the X, but an arena drop, perfectly placed defensive arena or splitter as well, trying to make space for Mars. He gets the blink off and he will escape. This is one of those things we were talking about. Medusa, Tidehunter, all these guys hate building BKBs, so you can always use arena in that way.
Aegis does expire on the Medusa, and Templar Assassin continue to try to split up these teams. They're running down the mid lane, though. They don't have Ravage. It's possible they opt to take a fight against them, given that Medusa's Stone Gaze is on cooldown as well. I think she'll push the creep to this top racks and then get back on Bryle. If you can force a 4v5, it would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to get an uncontested barracks, it seems. There is no way to slow this down. They do not have fortification. And with Mars getting constantly stunned up like this, he has BKB, but so much damage already taken, especially with the Medusa in chase. They will be able to spear away the Clockwork, but now you just lose the Hoodwink as well as the whole lane of barracks. You did manage to take top, so something going the way of Undying, but nothing is slowing down this Infamous lineup.
You've got Arena up right now, but you need to fight into this. They separate them.
They jump on the Medusa. She's just out of mana immediately. A huge play from Undying, finally punishing the aggression here from Infamous. Now they turn their attention towards Sacred Halberd, able to do what he can, but Tomato with the Enrage, chasing him down, getting that kill, and now Saberlight looking for more. A huge hold here from Undying, finally getting some breathing room against this Medusa.
Yeah, that ended up being like a 5k net worth swing in that team fight. Well, almost. It's like 4,000, 8,600 XP there. The arena was absolutely perfect in the way that it separated them. They don't have BKBs on these heroes because they're too busy trying to counter out what this Templar Assassin's doing to them. So they could potentially take more off this one. They don't have the buyback on the Tidehunter, even though his Ravage is off of cooldown. If they buy back on the Medusa, it slows their game down a little bit. She's actually opting to go Aeon Disc now. She's like that worried about getting blown up after getting... All right, never mind. He switches up for a BKB. I guess a little bit worried about the burst damage.
Yeah, that was the double MKB reveal there from Undying. So that was pretty huge.
Like baiting them.
They managed to catch Saberlight. He just gets chain stunned down, doesn't manage to get the BKB off. And now Bryle needs to be careful as well. Earthsplitter coming through, though, is going to find Kunkka. The damage, can they actually bring them down? And Rage comes out just a little bit too late. And Alone will be able to escape.
Tomato didn't pop his BKB there, otherwise I think he would have died there on the Kunkka.
It was just off cooldown. It was just coming off cooldown was the problem, but he did have the Enrage he could have used to reduce the duration of that Halberd. So if you use the Enrage, I think maybe you get the Kunkka there, but no BKB.
The moment too long.
Roshan's up in 20 seconds, so pretty good for Infamous as they're going to have the hero advantage.
Honestly, I think that fight would have gone different. The Kunkka RNG'd that for sure. He's got an Aghanim Scepter. He managed to hit the Mars with the second Torrent while he was still stunned.
Yeah.
Which increased the duration of it.
Yeah,
he would have gone down there.
Torrent, Arrow, Torrent, and he just dies.
Yeah. It was like completely RNG. The moment the Arrow stun ended, other Torrent stun just started. If he gets the BKB off and he gets the arena off, I think you end up losing like your racks there.
Okay, Roshan's actually gonna have a long respawn. Minute and 40 still away. So.
But this is just me hitting myself with this NA copium. Infamous is playing quite well this game. They've itemized so well against these Undying heroes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
6k gold lead here for the side of Infamous. I mean, that was a pretty big swing back in favor of Undying as they were almost 6k behind. Arena Spear catches the Tidehunter. The silence from the Mindbreaker takes him down, and now Clockwork on the run. The rage on Bryle. He's going to continue the chase. He finally gets the kill. Saberlight with the BKB, able to walk outside the arena. He's trapped the backside of these heroes, and now finally Lumiere pops that Stone Gaze, trying to chase after him, but the disengage is there. Saberlight can't get out, though. Torrent, he gets gleaned from the Kunkka, but he's got to get out of here. The BKB from Tomato. Lumiere Spear pops his own, trying to disengage, jumps forward on Bryle, cleaves down the Marana, grabs alone as well, and now looking for the rest of these heroes. Bryle's gotta be careful, trapped in these cogs, but Tomato's back in with the Enrage, burning through the mana of the Medusa, and they get the kill. Triple going the way of Bryles. They finish off every hero here on Infamous. The buybacks come out pretty late, but what a fight from Undying.
The managing to hold it was absolutely insane. The fight would have gone a lot worse for them too if the Kunkka didn't end up landing the 3-man torrent onto him. He ended up getting the AoE talent at 20, which is a little bit surprising, but I guess he's switched it up and gone for this Aghanim Scepter. But just able to cleave down, do so much damage here on this Templar assassin. Bryle, we said he shines most. He's able to pop off and carry from the mid lane here. Ended up doing like 8,000 damage in that last team fight. Lined up so much with his side blades there. And despite the fact that they've got like Assault Cuirass on this Kunkka and Heaven's Halberds on multiple heroes, he's still getting on top of people and blowing them up.
And he actually happened to find an Elven Tunic as well, which actually saved him in this fight quite a bit, as the Medusa was just unable to do as much damage. He picks up the Refraction instances as well, making, you know, TA that much tankier. They're going to be able to find Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher here. So some big pickups. The Aegis is going to be on Tomato, as he's going to be the one really kind of frontlining a lot of these fights now, as he does have that shard completed. So the constant enrage spams, I'm assuming we'll be seeing the 3 overpower attacks picked up here at 25 here in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm looking at this chart, just up and down. It felt so difficult to play this for a little while on Undying, but them managing to play the map super well, being calm despite down to their last racks, and I guess trading for that top one earlier, it's making all the difference in the world. Game finally evening back out, looking at like 55% win probability for the Dire, down from like 85 earlier.
It was very much in favor of Infamous earlier, but Undying, I mean, a team that does not quit.
Scanning for enemies.
These guys are good, neph.
They are Timeless Relic now found for Hoodwink. That is big. Sharpshooter is going to do a lot of damage.
It's that, plus the stun duration on Bushwhack is just so ridiculously strong.
Yeah, it feels like a 3-second stun at that point, right?
Yeah, basically.
Dire's bottom tower is
3-second stun on that, and like 1,400 or 1,500 damage on the Sharpshooter. Pure, by the way. Very cool.
When he gets the talent, it's pure damage, yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
The Sharpshooter?
Yeah, it's magic damage
yeah.
normally. It's not until 25 where it becomes pure damage.
Oh, yeah. Pure and Spears Troll. That's what I mean at 25.
As someone who loves playing this hero, yeah, I look forward to that talent every game. But Bryle managed to find a flicker neph, something that I think people more recently realized was broken, despite it literally being broken for the last year and a half.
We're gonna have this argument again. It sucked at first, man. Didn't give you the movement speed. Now you can replace boots with it.
It had a little bit of movement speed.
And it would send you to random direction before, which also kind of sucked.
Yeah,
now it only sends you forward.
Yeah. It went from random direction to moves you in a cone forward, and people are like, wow, that's really good. It's like, yes, it was always good. It was just now it's really good.
200 and 600. I mean, it's going to be pretty useful in a game like this one.
Moon getting found in the trees, but on the backside of the fight, Ravage comes out. The Enrage comes out from Tomato first, though. Bryle falling low. He just gets sniped, never gets a chance to use the BKB, and now, without that TA in trouble, she's going to buy back into the game. The shard there from Kunkka, pushing him to the other side of the fight, but you got to back out here on Infamous. The chase is going to come through. Dubu trying to get a stomp. Will he catch anyone? He's not, but he zoned them back alone. Will fall. That's a dieback on your Kunkka, as Saberlight now chasing after Sacred. The damage, is it there? No, he gets the TP out.
Now Bryle, I mean, he was forced to buy back into that fight, but they used everything on him. No Ravage available means I'm not sure how they defend this one. And with no Kunkka, I mean, that's one of your disarms for the TA.
It is.
All of a sudden, the game has turned on its head. They can't fight into them anymore.
Yeah, they can continue the aggression here, and now Sacred in some trouble. Nice arrow does come out, hitting the Ursa, but Saberlight continuing the chase. Bryle just going to clean up these creeps. They need to get these barracks.
I mean, they're pushing them back and forth, yeah, with this tight under with the Medusa, trying to stay on top.
You have Clockwork
Lumiere.
coming up, and BKB still available. The Arena, the Spear comes in. Now they commit onto the Medusa, and the help, it is there in the form of the Clockwork, able to keep him alive just enough to make it back to that fountain. Tomato in very far, still has the Aegis and Arrow once again from Michael, but Sacred trapped there by a tree. Staying inside that fountain range, though. Can they take down the Clockwork, though? It would be a fantastic find, but it's not going to come now with Ursa. He's spent everything. He's got to get this blink. Arrow just off the mark, though. Popsy and Rage BKB now going to be refreshed. Able to turn this around, maybe. Looking for the Medusa of the Stone Gaze, holding him in place. Blinks on over, trying to just chain stun down the Medusa, but it's not going to happen. And now Tomato in super deep has to pop that BKB once again with that refresher. BKB saving Tomato here, giving them space to clean up these barracks as well. The buyback forced on this Tidehunter. Now they look for the mid lane.
Only got another 25 seconds. They've managed to hold decently despite being down 2 heroes here most of this time. Got Ravage another 20 seconds as well. Lumiere's gotten away with murder several times.
Tomato,
No HP
careful. Beautiful Arena once again, but he's got the spider legs. Elder Titan manages to catch an arrow. But a great sharpshooter and bushwhack will save Dubu. They are just lacking the damage on Infamous. It's only coming out from the Medusa, and she doesn't have anything to help her. Like, there's no BKB, or I guess she does have the BKB, but she doesn't want to commit it to just kill the Elder Titan.
Save that for disengaging. They commit too much onto her. I gotta say though, that was an amazing hold by Infamous. They couldn't quite finish off the Medusa like 2 or 3 times because of that. Both your melee racks are still standing, so the lanes are gonna push in both in the mid and the bottom lane still. They're still in this.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
That was their opportunity to win. Kunkka needs to finish this BKB before this next fight so he can move freely in and out of this arena. He was forced to itemize as he did because he's playing against Bryle here. Like, he's their absolute main focus. The Ursa wasn't really doing as much damage for a super long time. Now things are kind of turning on their head.
Smoke up
And the
here.
edge sword on the Ursa now.
Infamous gonna head into the triangle, it seems, but Undying is prepared, sitting on the high ground here, sending out the smoke. I don't know if the Flare saw that or not, but Sacred's walking up right now. Moon's gonna be the one that pops the smoke, drops a bushwhack, catching one, but Aeondisk gonna be the only thing that saves them. But there's the Arena, the Rabbit on the backside. They need to bring down the TA, but she's got an Aeondisk. Gonna be very difficult to do, and Lumiere just hitting the sides of the Arena, doing almost no damage. It's really alone, just trying to control up these fights, but a beautiful stomp from Dubu. The fight looking pretty rough as they spear down that Medusa. Can they get the kill, though? The disarms over and over onto Bryle, controlling him as he's able to disengage here on this Medusa, but alone will finally go down without the buyback. Sacred stuck between 5, trying to do what he can, but it's not going to be enough, and Saberlight now looking for more.
Lumiere managed to get out of that fight, but losing this Kunkka without buyback again. I'm not sure this time they're going to be able to hold his Tidehunters down without buyback. 100 seconds on him. It's going to be tricky. And now you only have 1 tier 4 at half HP. They could just look to end this one. In fact, they're running it down like they want to.
Yeah, they had creeps in the base recently. They want to get this barracks. Backdoor protection is going to come through in just a moment, so they've got to do the work now. They jump for the Medusa, but he's able to force stab outside of the arena, only really trapping this Mirana, but they just blow up that Clockwork, force the buyback. The disarm is there. Again, backdoor protections here. They've stalled long enough, and the question is, Undying, what are you going to do? You got to back out, I think. Well,
not anymore.
Not anymore. Creeps connected into the top lane, and now Saberlight in a little bit of trouble. Blink forward, Tomato trying to get on top of the Medusa. Aeondisk pops. It's that Hurricane Pike, though, still has the BKB. An arrow does come through. They pop that Stone Gaze. Bryle really wants these Megas. He's running to the bot lane, but they're able to zone him out for the time being. Saberlight looking to find these kills. Nice Spirit, but it's not going to be enough as they finally get the Mirana. Tomato, the rest of the team, they finally get these Mega Creeps.
Even so, the game's not over with this one. They haven't been able to take down this Medusa in such a long time, and the waves will push in now, but this is where the real game begins. Taking this throne is going to be a tall order. Kunkka and Tidehunter are going to be back up in another couple of seconds here.
It's going to be a Lincoln Sphere here, the next item for Bryle. I mean, he does a lot of damage. He just needs to stay alive, it seems, and recognizing that, going 2 defensive items in a row now.
Yeah. At this point, he's worried about, the Mirana setting up on him with the Yules, or the Kunkka getting the X off into him when his BKB's on cooldown. So going to be that much more difficult to initiate onto him with that Lincoln Sphere. Also giving a little bit of a heads up if they're trying to come in onto him. Use a bunch of spells at once. She's able to pop that BKB and TP out.
Tomato walks right into an arrow. The chain stuns are there, but they get the D ward out on Moon Meander thanks to that acorn shot.
Noosa going for the Divine Rapier here. What other plays can you make? You need to do more damage right now. I'm not sure that's going to solve your problems, though.
I mean, it's definitely the right play. The question is, though, like, is it going to be enough?
It'll be difficult. Even with the Divine Rapier, you have to deal with a lot of refraction charges here on the T. Ended up taking the refraction 25 talent, so has to go through 14.
Yeah, it's a lot. And he did consume his Aghanim Scepter before picking up the Aeon Disc. And now with the Lincoln Sphere, I mean, this TA is super farmed. They're going to be able to jump on top of the Clockwork here. Hookshot will get him out. Sharpshooter from downtown does not connect, but Moon, what's he buying here? Oh, he's going
Money.
Octarine.
Yeah, cooldown reduction, extra cast range.
And
Well, I was gonna
Roche
go for
they
Roshan.
go. And this is a free Ags for anyone who wants it. My guess will probably be the Hoodwink. Honestly, a very good Aghanim Scepter. The Boomerang does some pretty big damage. That thing falls super fast. No way they give it to Saberlight. Okay, that is a bad Ags. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a die. You're killing me here.
Aghanim Scepter.
All right, Boomerang online. This ability is pretty sick. 25% negative status resistance, one of the only forms of it, and it increases spell damage taken by 25%. So it's pretty sick. If you hit multiple heroes with it in a fight, pretty low cooldown as well, it can be pretty substantial.
Especially when you lack BKB, so this is going to do a lot against the Kunkka. Divine Rapier is done on the Medusa, though. She's not bothering to buyback. You know, if she ends up going down, it's just game over. But
She
with
sold
this
her
Aegis,
Aeon Disc
she's-
for it.
Oof. I mean, she is on a timer right now. I think that she had to. Didn't really have another choice.
Yeah. Unless it's like sitting on the courier or something, which I doubt it. Nope. Yep, definitely sold it. Cues up the Swift Blink after that. I mean, this Medusa, it makes sense, right? She just needs to get on top of these heroes and do the damage.
Going to be tricky. I'm not sure they're going to give you a chance to save up for the Swift Blink, though. They're closing in on your base and got the Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard. Double wall from the Mars is going to be a pretty
They're gonna
big
jump
problem.
in. They find the Medusa. Tomato commits, but the Ravage just to keep her alive. And Lemire pops the BKB, the Torrent Storm. Absolutely chaotic as they able to take down the Mars. And now Tomato, he's so deep here, just taken down so easily. BKB and Swift Blink still online if he can get out, but the arrow perfectly timed from Michael. He gets 4-stabbed out. Tomato, he's got to run, but Lumiere, this guy's a machine. Just taking down one hero after another. They cannot disengage. Dubu, the stomp off the mark. They've made it out on the 2 cores, but they're gonna lose everybody else as Dubu. No chance in hell he survives this. Just a few more hits here from this Medusa, and Infamous, well, eventually, right? Okay, goes down to the Stormcrafter. Oh, man.
And they managed to hold. I don't think they're going to be able to leave their base so easily. But the only thing they lost there was the Clockwork and a couple hundred HP on their tier 4 tower. Like I said, this is not an easy fight by any means. Getting blown up on the Mars before he could get anything off did hurt them quite a bit. I think he needs to be able to get on top of the Moose at the start of the team fight, hit her with the Heaven Halberd, and then set up his 2 arenas. Like throw a Venn diagram out of the Medusa pretty much so her auto attacks don't go through it because they're stopped on the side of the wall, right?
Yep. They still hit the wall even if you're BKB'd, you can just face through the wall. But the only thing they've been able to do in the past is like plant the arena and play on the edge of it so that the Medusa isn't doing the damage. But it's just going to get so much more difficult as Medusa now queues up an Ags. Like she just hasn't even had the Ags this game. Neph. Like it's such a huge utility ability. And now with Ags coming out at this point, you're going to have that much more control, and the BKBs, the duration's low. It's going to be pretty huge.
Hoping this doesn't come down to a 60-minute game where it's, what happens depends on whether or not the Ballista comes out on this Medusa.
Level 30 Medusa. Oh, she took split shot modifiers. Yeah, so that's going to be a, yeah, you know, If Medusa gets the Ballista and gets to level 30 for that 75 int, there is no chance in hell. It doesn't matter what you pick up on Undying. That Medusa will not die.
Yep. I mean, we'll force her to sit on a little bit less movement speed. At that point, I don't think she matters. She's just a moving tank. Very slow, but getting a lot done. Was to play kind of far back for a while. They completed Nullifier here on Ursa. So I think looking to blow up these supports in these team fights. If you get the 1v5 against Medusa, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, it does give them a lot of pickoff potential, because right now one of the things they're lacking is just like for sure locking down one of the supports and killing them. Because at the moment they've been able to just kind of juke it around. Alone's build, you know, this Ags refresher with the shard for that tidal wave is just so obnoxious to play against. Like these fights, your BKBs only last a few seconds now, and if you get hit by a torrent, there's a good chance you're getting hit by another.
Yeah. I mean, this is the I feel like this is like the beta male Kunkka build though. You scale you fall off as a carry, and so you start becoming like a stupid water Pokemon.
Hey, he's not just a water Pokemon. He's basically a Blastoise, dude. This guy he controls the seas. Like the thing is like you can't really do anything about it. What?
Kunkka for Pokemon Unite?
Yeah, basically. There's nothing you can do. Like, there is no real counterplay to just double Torrent Storm and, like, ghost ship fleets, right? There is nothing you can do once the BKBs expire. You just hope you don't catch a Torrent.
Yeah. The plus 4 second Torrent knock-up is going to be a little bit annoying as well. And see double Torrent Storm. He only needs one more level for that extra stun duration.
Yeah.
But Undying, they don't want to give him another team fight like that last one. I think it surprised them how much damage came out from this Medusa. So instead, they're just farming up more of a net worth advantage.
It is a 24k net worth lead, but they are not willing to risk it. And honestly, I think a lot of the net worth that you want to see now is actually going to be on this Hoodwink. Because this hero scales incredibly well. Once she gets to level 25, she can just one-shot some of these heroes. She can break the Medusa through BKB, preventing now split shots. Actually, no, split shot's not breakable. My bad.
No, it's an activatable ability, even though it's a passive.
Yeah.
They won't leave their base for that. That's too dangerous.
Yeah. But, you know, she can still do a lot of damage to the BKB. You know, 2,000 pure damage is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He knows.
Nice D-ward. I mean, he saw them with, I'm assuming, the Sonic Trap as he was walking down there for that.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, I did hit the tree.
Just looking for some of the enemies inside the trees there, but they're all inside their base right now. They're losing net worth because, well, they're not losing it, but they're falling to a bigger disadvantage against Undying the longer they sit inside their base. But at a certain point, money's not going to matter.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, for them, like, they know... Undying realizes that they do not have an answer for the Medusa, so I think for them, their play is literally bait a fight, force the, like, backdoor protection, and, like, disengage, and then just try and Zerg the throne. I don't know if they have any other option in this game. Their objective is not kill the Medusa, it's to break the throne at this point, and you can do it with a Mars. It is doable. You know, Refresher Mars can do the Venn diagram arena like you were talking about, and allowing them to just burst down this throne if possible. But they do have to force the backdoor protection to do that.
That's not what Mars wants to do, though. I think he'd be going to Refresher Orb if that was their plan. Instead, he's going for an overwhelming blink. I think they're just going to go with the net worth advantage plan.
I'm saying he has the shard still, so like he's just chilling with a shard, you know. So they could
force. But if
force.
he could have 3, it'd be even better.
Yeah.
No. Biscuit stars.
I'm trying to get into their heads here, but I can't figure out exactly what it is they want to do. He's going for a Refresher Orb here on the Ursa. Maybe they'll just try to burst down the throne.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just
That's their play. They don't have a like their play is
yeah.
to burst the throne. It's not to kill the Medusa anymore. Because I don't think they can kill this Medusa.
It's a very dangerous game when you're trying to burst the throne.
You just gotta bait the first backdoor protection, disengage, and then go back in. I mean, it has a 5-minute cooldown. They don't have a telescope, do they? They do not. So telescope's the one that reduces cooldown on that, right?
Ping. It reduces cooldown on ping.
Oh,
Or
on
scan,
scan.
rather.
That's what it was. Yeah. very long Roche. Neph, we're going to see that 60-minute timer, 100%.
Yep. They're not going to go in without the tier 4 items. If Undying need every advantage that they can, it's one more thing they'll do. They'll keep an Infamous locked in their base. They'll get the next Roche, and they'll go for tier 4 items when Infamous has none. But what happens after that is going to, I think, be the opportunity for Infamous to win the game. If they can somehow win that next fight and get out of their base and get the tier 4 items, or sorry, tier 5 neutral items, get the Ballista on the Medusa, then they'll win this game.
Yeah.
I don't like it when it comes down to neutral items, but we're at a little bit of a stalemate at this point.
That's why they were introduced, Neph. That's literally why they were introduced. Those 60-minute items were added to the game for this exact reason.
Denied.
Situations where you can't end. They wanted to make sure that the team that is cornered in their base is at a disadvantage. And they will be, right? It's 60 minutes. Infamous has to make a smoke play. At least someone has to leave the base to go try and get these 60-minute items. And if they don't, they're going to be playing in a massive disadvantage here against Undying. Roshan's still not up. 45 seconds till that respawns. Very intense game, despite it having slowed down. I mean, both teams.
Hard disagree.
I mean, one mistake. It's very tense. It's very tense. Like one mistake and you lose this game. You know, both
like
teams
the
take
Pokemon
base very quickly.
Stadium announcer.
Huh?
Sparks are flying in this heated battle.
They managed by the clockwork. They will be able to get that kill. His buyback is available. Moon with a double gem pickup. Very spicy. Air Splitter coming through just to zone them off. So they want to be able to make sure that he cannot keep that. Moon will go all the way back to base to drop one of those off. Gets Boots of Travel as well. 30k gold advantage now, Neph.
Neither team is conceding an inch.
All right, cut it out. Oh.
All right. This will increase the net worth even more. I didn't have the opportunity to use shard. What's better than one shard is come on, Ricky.
2?
2 shard.
You mean 2
Let's
Ags,
go.
right? This is an Ags now for, I'm assuming, the Elder Titan, or Elder Titan or Mars. I mean,
Just leaving it in the pet. They can have it on Infamous. We don't care anymore.
we don't care. Who needs it? Roche Blessing. Okay, maybe they put it on on the. I don't
They
keep saying
realized that
Brax.
they can't see inside the pit. They
Yeah.
realized the
Yeah.
courier can't pick it up.
Well, all right. He TP's all the way at top lane. Saberlight's fine. I'll go get it, guys. I mean, the Bulwark active, I don't think is actually that good. I think you'd probably rather have the BKB option on your Elder Titan, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think Elder Titan's like not ever walking in and engaging with them. I would prefer to see it on the ET too, but I think at this point it's like, well, maybe we'll get like a 5th Roche. It's starting to look like it.
They're just, again, like we said, waiting for those runes. And here this is exactly what I was talking about. Someone needs to smoke out of the base to find these runes, or to find these 60-minute items. And Excel instead gets found on the clockwork here, drops a ward. And Saberlight? Not gonna find him. He's under the cover of Moonlight Shadow. He knows his job is very important. He has to find some of these items, and he might do it here, actually, on the clockwork. There's the Ballista pickup for the TA. Actually, it's not even that good on Templar Assassin, to be honest. Maybe they'll take it, but they did find Stygian Desolator, so I'd imagine that's going to be going the way of this TA.
That is a big one, yeah. Honestly,
Seer
either one would
Stone.
do the trick. All right. They're taking the Desolator on the TA, and I think they're going to give the Stygian Desolator to the Ursa.
Oh, Moon, he's found the clockwork. He knows. They know they're trying to find these items, but they do not want to let it happen.
He's not even trying to run at that point. He's trying to clear up more camps.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is a really smart play from Undying. At the moment, though, they are going to go ahead and try to make it to their own jungle. The problem for them, all the camps have been cleared. They cleaned house here on the side of Undying. They buy back, actually, on the clockwork here, looking for a Mirana? Just caught by a nullifier, goes down. Moon in the enemy base at this point. Aeon Disc will get popped. And just gonna Nice bushwhack there onto the Medusa. The blink, the spear, the arena, it catches two. They're crumbling one by one. They're able to take down the Clockwork, a dive back, but Medusa gets that BKB off, staying alive, but the second arena holding her in place. She's out of mana. She can't get out. She pops the... Was that even cheese? I think that was just a snake, but Lumiere, he's crumbling. He's got to escape. Can he make it back to the fountain? He's trying his best. Protected for the moment. Tomato not going to find it. Lumiere still alive, but oh my goodness, Bryle gets the kill. They still have the backdoor protection, or rather the fortification. 4 heroes dead. It is Medusa versus the world, but Bryle finally gets the kill with that ballista range. Lumiere buys back, gets his gets the Divine Rapier, but it's gonna be the throne that goes down, and Undying finally clean out game number 2 here at 62 minutes.
What a way to open this tournament. Best of 2, back and forth between Undying and Infamous. They put up a hell of a fight against this TI team, Ricky. This Medusa, I mean, just when we thought the game was over, sells the Aeon disc, picks up a Divine the moment he has to, turns the game around, and manages to hold for another, like, 10-15 minutes, but it was the tier 5 neutral items at the end which really made the difference. There were refresher shards, like 2 cheeses up, an Aegis. You were fighting into way too much of a disadvantage at the end, so even though the Medusa had finally come online with that Divine Rapier, it just wasn't enough. There was some super sick plays out of Dubu resetting fights this game, and Bryle, when you let him play these carries from the mid lane, he's just way too powerful, and it's 23-3 with a rampage at the very end.
You know, what an amazing performance, honestly. Like, this was a super hype game. Like you said, they stalled out for a little bit there on Infamous, doing their absolute best, but Undying, always cool, calm, and collected. These guys managed to close it out nonetheless. An incredible performance and a great comeback from them. I mean, they were struggling in the mid game here. They were very far behind to Infamous, managed to claim their own their own set of mega creeps and just stall it out for those 60-minute items. And like we said, they're there. They are intended to end games like this, and Infamous gonna end up going 0-2 here against Undying. Like you said, an amazing way to start out today's series, and I'm super excited, man. We've got a lot of Dota ahead. The next series is gonna be 4 Zoomers versus No Ping. Whoa, what?
Let's not jump into the next game. Yeah, I actually have an interview with one of the Undying players lined up.
I would love to do that. Let's. I'm just gonna throw the schedule up on here for everyone to see what's coming up. But we're gonna jump into the interview. Neph, do you have them available?
Yeah, I just sent a friend request to Saberlight, gonna pull him into a private call.
Very nice. Looking forward to that. But yeah, Saberlight, and pretty incredible performance from him as well, as he styled out on the Mars this game. And like we said, a lot of great placements on the arenas, which is really all you can ask for.
Yeah. All right. Let's pull him in here. Hello, Saberlight. Welcome and congratulations. That was
hello.
Hell of a way to start after a 1-month hiatus.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if Ricky has the interview set up, but welcome. I mean, 62-minute game. If I can, my first question for you, I gotta know what your thoughts were the last like 10-15 minutes of that game when the Medusa managed to hold. What was your plan? How do you think you were going to end that game? Because it looked like impossible for either team to close that one out.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're just bored, to be honest. At least I was. But the thing is, like, when we went high ground the first time, I just fucked up the initiation and I didn't press BKB. And if I pressed BKB, I'm pretty sure we win that fight. So, like, we could have just done that again, but we wanted to wait for Roche and then the tier 6 items or tier 5 items spawn. So, we just waited for that.
Yeah. When I was looking at it, it's like 2 times that happened to you when you initiated. Where the first time when you were, I think, taking the mid tier 3. Love to see it. Love that guy.
Yeah, what a super sick guy. I mean, the thing is like that was just an incredible performance from them. Like overall, like they played super well here, and I'm honestly not surprised. Like these guys are, like you said, a TI quality team, and here we are. We're gonna be going into our second series. Can you believe it, Neff? We've only done one series today.
We got a long day ahead of us. I'm super excited, though. Non-stop Dota for everyone watching right now. And I hope it comes close to that game. Got a little bit slow towards the end of it, but I imagine it'll pick up these next couple of games. We're playing fast here in NA and SA.
Yep. Awesome. All right, man. Well, good news. The entire interview was muted, so very cool. We'll figure that one out later. But we'll be back with our second series of the day. Yeah, entire interview was muted. Yep. Yep. We'll do it. We'll redo the interview later. Don't worry about it. We'll pull interview back up later. It's all good. We'll redo it. Just know that some amazing things were said. This guy's fantastic. Saberlight's a legend. You know, it is what it is.
Cut the break.
Yeah, we'll be back. Game 2, our second series of the day. We'll be back. It's going to be 4 Zoomers versus No Pig. See you guys in a little bit here on the Loop at Pro Series 7.